It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And coming up next is the Commanders' rangy quarterback. He's one of the last guys you want to target in coverage. It's the Commanders and the Ravens on Sunday night.
While the sun is set, there's still plenty of light in the stadium for this prime-time contest. We've waited all day for this one, haven't we, Brock? It's time for the NFL on EA Sports. Glad to have you with us, football fans. Kate Scott and Brock Hewitt up here in the broadcast booth. And Brock, one side with a clear advantage coming into this one, coming off the bye week. While their opposition, well, not only are they less rested, but they're coming off a big L as well.
Just a reality. I'm sorry. Just a reality of the NFL that every season you're going to catch somebody coming off a bye or in more time to rest up than you did. And if you feel sorry for yourself, well, you're probably going to lose. When these games come along, it's time to grit your teeth and work even harder on those tired legs. And you're going to see a lot of teams in that spot try some big plays early to grab that momentum right from the jump.
Just about halfway through the season now. Still a lot of ball to be played as we're off in Week 8. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
That's a loss last week. He's worn it all week long, and I know he isn't the only guy out there. There's 11 on the side on every play, but a couple of interceptions, he's going to hold himself accountable. A lot of work's gone into making sure this week is an improvement on that.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Jackson looking to throw right away. That's complete to Dobbins. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Lamar now from the gun. Hauled in by Dobbins. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
First down, here's Lamar. Andrews with the catch. It's on the turf, the ball's out, he lost it. And the Commanders pick this one up. And a great return comes to an end with the tackle. We'll pause here. There's someone injured after that play, and yeah, it's their tight end, Mark Andrews. While a new offense preps to head out, we've got a stoppage. They want to make sure this is a turnover.
Delay of game, offense.
Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call's going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap.
Still 1st down.
Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out.
Delay of game, offense.
A little slow to operate the offense, and they're going to back it up as a result of that penalty.
Still first down.
Daniels from the pistol. Watson with the catch. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
From the gun, it's Daniels. Finds him on the slant. And they bring him down around the 34.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And the Commanders will have a first.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Hey, even though that was an excellent run, I got to talk about the receivers here, Kate, because 9 times out of 10, you see a run like that in this league, 10+, you know those guys on the outside are doing their job, shining as blockers, keeping...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
2nd and goal, he's headed right on the option. And that hit stops him in his tracks. Now, it looks like one of the Ravens is having some trouble out there and is in need of some assistance. They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Here's Daniels. And they will score. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Gay with the point after. And the Commanders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. He's going to field this at the 2. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Ravens and Lamar Jackson ready to go again on offense. And it's not just a blip for him this year. He's been one of their go-to scorers on the ground as we get through the heart of this season, leading all quarterbacks in rushing touchdowns. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Completed over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Here's 2nd and 7. He's on the move. He's going to keep it this time. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Now, hold on, everyone. There's a Commanders player shaken up after that play, and he's in need of some attention. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. From the gun, Jackson. Has him on the quick hitter. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Dallas Turner there to bring him down. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Out of the gun. Here's Jackson. Escapes the pocket. Oh, the football's loose. And the Commanders pick this one up. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Wow, oh wow. He sent his offense out twice now, and both times they fumbled it away. I'm not sure who's more aggravated, the dudes down there or the dude next to me up here.
Well, I'm aggravated, but I know the guy on the field wants to put the offense in the doghouse, like all of them right now. This can't happen in the NFL, Kate. And a lot of guys out there, they got to be looking to one another. Hold each other accountable to hold on to the ball.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. From the 48. Short pass brought in. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
And he'll get them enough for a first down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Going to the ground again on first. And they had that one contained right at the line. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Out of the gun, Daniels. Able to hit Palmer, complete. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Tackled on the play by Marlon Humphrey. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. To throw, Daniels. Complete, it's McLaurin. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
He gets this one to McLaurin. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. He brings it in. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. Again, Daniels to the air. Dialing up a receiver screen. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Here we go, right up the gut. Goes up and over for the touchdown. The Commanders get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
And how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Here's a return from the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Beginning on the ground here with Dobbins. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry. They'll come to the line here. 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Finds him over the middle. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore. Shotgun handoff for Dobbins. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Slot man motioned over. He's got it over the middle. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. They will not get another play off. We're at the end of 1. Our score, 14-0. Back to the bank in just a moment. Back at beginning of the 2nd quarter, Ravens in possession. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Play fake, Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home with that sack.
Caught by Flowers. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40.
That's really good instinct by the eyes up in the sky. The play caller seeing space on the perimeter, a well-timed screen, and a positive gain out of it.
Hauled in by Dobbins. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
On 1st down, Jackson. Throwing the out route complete. And this one doesn't go far.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. They'll motion him out of the backfield. 3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. That one's complete, right side. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Lamar throwing again. And for the first time, one of his throws doesn't find a home. It's incomplete, but boy, what a streak he had to begin this game. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. A tight end in motion now. Lamar off the play fake. He's got a man left. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
You know, Kate, it's almost as if the defense invited him to make that throw. That was a play they knew they could defend, and they stopped it right at the line.
Jackson now on 3rd. That's complete to Dobbins. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss. And that run won't come close. That's a turnover on downs.
These 4th down runs, it's all about want to and will. Want to keep it conservative offensively, try to move it across, but that defense was having none of it. And now they get themselves off the field.
The Commanders returning their offense and this running back to the field. And he's continuing a great start to the season. You can see currently pacing the NFL in rushing yards. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. They'll have him gain about a handful there. It's Cater Kohu up to make that play. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now Daniels to throw. This one taken in by Kraft. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Daniels. This is hauled in by McLaurin. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They'll run here on 1st down. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. From the 32. Watson with the catch. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Nnamdi Madubuike making that stop. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Back-to-back carries here. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a pickup of 34 yards. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that.
And that's a Washington touchdown. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock, as, well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just machine. Surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
Extra point converted by Gay. And the Commanders stretch their lead to 21. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Has this at the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Ravens are getting the ball back as J.K. Dobbins runs out there. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Dallas Turner there to bring him down. Second down now, 7 to go. Running it again with Dobbins. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Flat out a tremendous call. Perfect timing to blitz the corner, and the result proves it. There was barely time for the QB to set himself up to throw, let alone look downfield for a target before he was absolutely decked by somebody who I think enjoyed that chance to rush the passer.
The Commanders back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And among his touchdowns out of the backfield this season, this one is notable. On that last drive, he hit a benchmark that he's been pushing for. On first down, they'll run. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Another carry for him. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. And finally, they're able to bring him to the ground. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. That brings us to the 2-minute warning at the Inner Harbor. It's the Commanders looking at 2nd and 3. Shotgun snap to Daniels. And for the first time, one of his throws doesn't find a home. It's incomplete, but boy, what a streak he had to begin this game. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Out of the gun, Daniels. And once again, they can't connect.
You know, these 3rd and short situations, you rep them all the time. Snap after snap, rep after rep. You're expecting man-to-man coverage in that down and distance, and you're expecting to execute. That time on 3rd and short, they can't get the job done.
He put too much juice into that one. It lands in the end zone. We're bringing things out to the 20-yard line. The Ravens and this running back headed back out for a new series. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. First down, here's Lamar. Finds him on the crossing route. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Throwing now on first down, it's Jackson. He's on the move. He tucks it and takes off. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Finding Flowers. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Tackle made by Miles Murphy. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Tight end in motion left. Here's 2nd and 7. Cut out left. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. from the red zone now. The throw is caught. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
Kid, I was on the field with a young high school quarterback just last week, and I told him one of the greatest attributes a quarterback can have is courage. And it takes courage to sit in that pocket that long, let a play develop, and let that receiver work all the way from one side of the field to the other and give him a chance to make a play.
Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Butker knocks it through. And it gets a fraction closer as the lead's down to 18.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset. They couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Now that brings us to the midway point of this one. The Commanders enjoying a nice little lead here on the road. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate. Thanks very much. More from you and the old quarterback momentarily. But first, let's give everyone a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago, where it was the Bears who pick up the victory at home. DeAndre Swift, a touchdown run in the victory. From there, let's hop over to New England. Check out the Patriots at home in Foxborough. And things didn't go so well as it was the visiting Raiders who come in and grab the victory. The Pats continue to struggle as they finish off the first half of the year winless at 0-8. And lastly, on Monday Night Football, this will be one to tune in for as they've got a good one lined up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Arizona Cardinals.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. This offense headed out as we get a look at their running back. And he's already scored once this game, something he's made a bit of a habit of this season, as we see he's among the league's best at finding that end zone. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, once we saw them on a collision course with one another, we know how inertia works. The bigger man, he wins.
Escapes the pocket. He's going to tuck it and run.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. He gets 6 on that play. And that'll be good for a Washington first. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
He's got Watson. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. but they will take that execution every time.
Ball start, offense.
There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. They send a tight end in motion. They'll run here, following the penalty. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Throwing now, Daniels. This ball's cut by Palmer. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. Short pass caught by his tight end. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And the Commanders will have a first.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Gets him on the in route. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. 4 yards on the play, and that picks up a 1st and goal. Again, Daniels to the air. Touchdown, Washington! 3 touchdown catches in one game is rare air, Brock. Safe to say most guys who retire can name every time they did that here in the NFL.
Yeah, I hope he remembers it, but also remember this. Receivers, they're a dependent position. They're dependent on the guys doing their job up front. They're dependent on the quarterback putting it on the spot. And usually, when you reach a milestone like this, you love to share it with everybody else. And my guess, especially if they could find a way to win this one, is this receiver will celebrate it with all of his guys.
Gay with the point after. And the Commanders grow their lead yet again. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Has this at the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this 2nd half. A give to Dobbins to start the 3rd. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They put a receiver in motion right. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Dallas Turner there to bring him down. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Motioning one of the tight ends. Lamar off the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
I think we can officially call this pile-on mode. They've been the better group all game. You felt it. This quarterback, well, he certainly felt the brunt of it. The rest of the way, Kate, this may be time to pad those stats and keep on pressing against a group that has had no answers for him up front.
So no return on that punt. And the Commanders will go on offense. They've got first down from the 31. Here's the handoff.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Here's 2nd and 11. And down he goes. The Ravens defense gets it done. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, let's give some credit to the defense here, Kate, right? We talk about explosive plays. Every offense is looking for them. But when a defense can go back-to-back, Jack, with a tackle for loss and a sack, well, they're more than doing their job.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. To throw, Daniels. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Takes it in at the 21. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. We see the Ravens making their way out now. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Lamar now from the gun. Completed to Flowers. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And a fair catch made without incident just inside the 25. The Washington offense getting set for its next possession. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
It's an option right that begins this drive. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Adisa Isaac stops him there. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Daniels. Gets this one to Watson. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Hand off to the back. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Second and 12 behind the sticks. Ravens swoop it in, and they bring him down. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
Kate, I don't know if I've ever told you, but my dad was a driver's ed teacher. And I could just hear him right now say, son, take this out of reverse and put it in drive, because this one's going nowhere right now. A drastic change on this play needed, and maybe a whole lot of luck to keep this series alive.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. Shotgun snap to Daniels. That's McLaurin on the quick slant. And they make the stop, I'm going to say at about the 37-yard line.
Well, you don't normally get that type of outcome on a slant. You're just looking for a little short yard gain. To find the right type of athlete with space to work before and a perfectly placed ball after the catch. It's a perfect play to break it big.
And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
2nd and 8. Flushed out of the pocket. He can run it. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Jermaine Pratt with the play defensively. That's the end of the third on Sunday night. The Commanders have possession and a massive lead. This one looking like it could be over. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, Daniels. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, ball skills, they're not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain. Get another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach, because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Returnable from the 2. And this drive will start inside the 25. Now the Ravens all set for another possession. And all game they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. Sending a tight end in motion left. 1st down, here's Lamar. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
He completes it in traffic. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. New set of downs for him at the 38. They bring their tight end left. 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Completed over the middle. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup. Second down now, 7 to go. And again, it's Jackson. Finding Flowers. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Short pass brought in. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Throwing the out route complete. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Jackson yet again. Hits his tight end on the corner route. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Play action now with Jackson. And he finds him in the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens making the scoreboard look a touch better. Zay Flowers, the touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups, and when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. This offense running out for a new series, led by their running back. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones. Continuing to hit this defense, more good numbers well into this second half. Plowing up the middle. And he gains ground to the 33 before being stopped. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Back to the well again. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the 1st.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Okay, the 2-yard run on 1st down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule, but you're going to have to pick up the pace.
They give it to him again. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. He gets him 8, and that's going to set up 4th down and 2.
Not that he needed to, but he'll always try and remind people that he's a threat running it, in addition to slinging it all over the field.
The Commanders ready for the punt. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. Getting about 50 yards of boots so far, and here's another quality effort. And his job's done, and it is a job well done. That punt fights deep into enemy territory, out of bounds at the 7. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Throwing now on 1st down, it's Jackson. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. On target to Dobbins. Nowhere really for him to go. He steps out, and they're going to lose some yardage. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. From the gun, Jackson gets this to Bateman. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Now Jackson on third down. Finds him over the middle. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on third down, that's a QB's best friend.
First down throw for Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Another try following the sack. Bateman hauls it in. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Jackson now, third and long. He's got a man left. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Offense up to the line fast. Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. He can't get away. They get the sack and force a turnover on downs.
Hey, I get it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Holding offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And not a lot of space to work. He's brought down at the 45. Offense to the line for second down. Back-to-back carries here. And he's going to be bottled up right at the line as we've reached the 2-minute warning. Defense looking to defend the marker on third down. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. 4 yards narrows the distance a bit, but still some yardage left here on fourth down.
Well, Kate, that's a white flag waving if I've ever seen one. I'm not sure I saw any avenue with that run play that was going to result in a first down. It felt more like the coordinator saying, well, you earned that call by the mishaps on first and second down.
Punter takes the field on fourth down, and he sends this one flying. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. The Ravens trotting out their offense. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. They're out and set, first and 10. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Connects with Bateman. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Trying to set this up quick. Second and 4. Another turnover. This time it's an interception. Mike Samba still makes the play.
You can see it right off the snap. They got a really good read on where that was designed to go. Having that extra defensive back, that nickel coverage, so critical on that interception. Give that defensive coordinator some credit. Had the right plan, the right personnel. These guys on the field made the right play.
Washington ready to go on offense as they take the field. They're looking to just hang on to the ball through the finish. Defense has all of its timeouts, but with this game out of reach, a good chance they just let it run. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. A tight end in motion now. They'll run here on first down. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Motion man is the tight end here, going left. They're just going to let the clock run out and take this delay.
Delay of game, offense.
Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty.
Still second down.
All right, here we go. Second down. Running it after the penalty. And he's brought down for a loss. So it's a win on the road for the Commanders. And as we play in October, they have kept their perfect start to the season going. To the point, Brock, I think you could argue they might be the league's best team in the front half of this campaign. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a win for the Commanders as we say so long from Baltimore.